Hello everyone, welcome back to Dog Q&A. This is number 24. Hard to believe it's been 24 weeks since I started this. Today I just wanted to show you a little bit about how to make something that was negative to your dog more positive. So often online when you look for videos like this, you'll see a trainer with their really well-trained dog who's they raised from a puppy and is used to everything, and they'll show you something like this with a well-trained and well-socialized dog. But I'm going to show you a different kind of dog. So I've got Sammy here, who we got at a year old, and who likely missed a lot of his critical socialization as a pup. Now, we have done a lot of work with him and gotten him to a point that's a lot better than he used to be. However, he's never going to be like the dog we had that we raised from a puppy. So I'm going to show you how to work with a dog like this and how to make things a little less scary for them. Okay, so I'm just going to scoot back, and I'm going to use nail trimming as his least favorite thing. So there was a time when I could not hardly touch Sammy's feet at all. And you can see right now his head's dropped down, he's panting, he's really a little tired and hot. And I chose now specifically because he is a little more tired. It makes it a little bit more easy to work with him. But I'll show you with the nails, he doesn't like having his feet touched, and he doesn't like his nails trimmed because I've hit the quick a couple times, which is why I have my styptic powder here. But he just has never liked having his feet touched. So what I'm going to do is I brought some really extremely high value treats that he really loves. Very often a packaged treat is not going to be as good as like real meat. However, these are grilled bison strips, and he seems to like this sometimes even more than regular meat. So, or I should say, this is regular meat, unfreeze dried or dried meat, but he likes these a lot. I'll say that. So what I've chosen to do with him is, instead of continuing to use the nail trimmers that he doesn't love, I have switched to a Dremel. So what I'm doing now is kind of getting him used to the Dremel. And this, if you don't know what a Dremel is, it's just something where you can sand down your dog's nails instead of clipping them. So first thing, if your dog has something that he or she really dislikes, often changing something about it can make a big difference. So I've had dogs who wouldn't tolerate their harness being put on. We changed to a different kind of harness, solved the whole problem. It's not always that easy, but sometimes it can help. So I'll show you. I'll bring Sammy over here. Buddy, come on, buddy. Good boy. So I'm just going to give him a treat first for coming over to me, because he knows what is about to happen. We've got all these things here that he already has associations with. The first, I'll show you with the nail trimmer what his reaction is. Good boy. So what I want to do is just have him, buddy, let me see your, oh, good boy, is let him give me his foot. So right there, he did a shake. It touched the nail trimmers. I give him a treat. Good boy. And he's really kind of holding his paw up because he's allowing me to do this. So I'm just going to literally touch his nails with the trimmers. I've been working on getting him used to the Dremel a little bit for a week or so, and I'm surprised at how well he's actually accepting the nail trimmers. So I may go back to that. We'll see. So I've got the treats in the hands with the trimmers, and then I'm using this hand to hold his paw. Now I'm actually going to have the trimmers positioned like I would if he if I was actually going to trim his nail, because if we get to that point, I may actually try it. But what I'm doing now is, so I'll just say how I've set this up is we're in a small room, the door is closed, but he still has room to move away from me. He can go over there or go over there, and he can still get away. So you want to give your dog the freedom to move away from you if they need to. So that's the first step. Buddy. Okay, so let me see if he'll give me his foot again. Sit, buddy. And sometimes it's easier if he's sitting for me to tell if he wants me to hold his foot, because he's actually offering it to me. But what I can tell here is he's not pulling his foot away. He's actually completely distracted by the tree. So right there, he shook his head, and that's sort of a mini shake-off. That's a dog letting go of stress. You see how he's panting a little more than he was? He gets worked up when there's high-value food around also. He used to have some serious food aggression that we've since dealt with, but he does get more excitable when there's high-value food. But I use the high-value food because this is such a hard thing for him to do. So you see how I hold his foot? He closes his mouth and licks his lips. That's him telling me that he doesn't love what I'm doing, which is just touching his foot, but he's tolerating it. Those are calming signals that dogs give when they're uncomfortable. So I just kind of read his overall body language, taking those things into effect. And it was mild. He recovered. Now I'm touching his foot, and he's showing mild stress signs. So that's, for him, this is amazing from where we started. So what I'm going to do is put the treat down, since he's being so good about that. And then I'll see if I can actually trim a nail. Good, Gaze. Good boy. So I did a little trim there. He gets a treat. And mind you, when he is calm like this, it is 1,000 times easier to do his nails. When he's very energized and more animated, this is an ordeal. And keep in mind, making things positive for your dog does not mean they have to ever love it entirely. What it does mean is that you want to keep them as stress-free as possible. So making things more positive for them in any way that you can. And it, my idea was going to be to move away from the nail trimmer to the Dremel, but what I noticed is that I think it's more for him about just having his feet messed with at all. I don't know that we can ever undo that entirely, but we can always make it more positive. We just want to make it so that he's not being restrained and held down and forced into doing what I want or doing what I need to do to keep him healthy. And if you saw right there, he just yawned and then he shook off. So the yawning is another calming signal saying he's a little stressed. He's trying to relax, trying to calm himself, trying to show me he's stressed. The shake off was the calming down part, dogs letting go of the stress. But these are, again, are mild signs for him, and he's a very aroused dog by nature, typically. So I'm just continually reading his body language. So let me see if I can do another one. So there he's got a little tight mouth. He's licking his lips. So I'm just going to put a treat down. And that's literally just me touching his foot. So let's see if we can do another one. Good boy. So I'm going to drop a treat there. Do the nail. Good, Sammy. What a good boy. And I'm not ever trying to surprise him. I don't want him to, I don't want to sneak in there and try to trim a nail when he's not paying attention. I want him to know it's coming, but to distract him from the part that he doesn't like, which is the actual trim. So I can put a few little treats down and let him gobble those up while I try for another nail. So again, I put the treats in this hand. Oh, good boy, buddy. You love food. Good, Kate. So now he's pulling his paws away. He just really hates having his feet messed with. So maybe today I'm just going to do one nail, and that's it. I don't want to have my expectations above what I can actually do with him. So I'm going to hold the paw, give him a treat. Good boy, buddy. Good. Let's try one more. Again, I'm going to hold the paw, give a treat. So we'll go with that right now. And now he's also waking up, getting a little more energized because there's food that he likes. And that makes him a little harder to work with and a little more animated and a little less tolerant. So I'm going to see if I can do one more. Maybe, maybe not. Hold on, buddy. So I'm going to put the treats on my lap right here. Good boy, buddy. Good. Good. That's it, buddy. So that time he didn't pull his foot away, so I'm just going to hold it. Good. Sammy, what a good boy. And you see, it's not the end of the world. I'm not actually hitting the quick here. It's literally just him not liking his feet touched ever. Part of that is his Jindo breed, because there is some Jindo in there. They're just kind of like chows, Jindos, and that's not an excuse. It's just something you have to work against in the breed. And if I had gotten him from a tiny puppy, I could have desensitized that during his critical socialization period so that when he hit that 3 months of age, he could have been used to this. And Maddie, our other dog that I did do that with, would hand me her foot and literally let it sit there until I could trim all the nails, she'd be done, and then she'd walk away. She didn't even need a treat. So, but that's an Aussie, different breed. They don't mind their feet handled as much as a dog like this. Good boy, buddy. Let's do one more. Cupcakes. Good boy. Good. So that time he's not going to let me do it, so I'm going to see if I can put the treat down first. Oh, good boy. Thank you, bud. He's getting a little more restless, so I've gotten 3 nails so far. And I'm not even trimming them much. I'm just doing a little off the tip. Enough to just take a little bit of the white off. Trim them back a little, we call it. Bunny. And again, he's still choosing to stay here because the food outweighs the stress of what he's enduring here. Good boy. Good, Sammy. Good. Good boy. And sometimes if I switch to the other foot, it can make a difference. So I just want to make sure. Good, Sammy. And I think a lot of times dogs don't like the pressure of that. It doesn't hurt. It's just like us getting our nails trimmed, but it's a weird sensation. They don't know what it is. And then once in a while, you hit the quick, it does hurt. So it's sort of this, ooh, what's about to happen? I would probably have the exact same reaction if this was me. And I totally get it, buddy. But we can't have nails getting snagged and caught on things and torn, and that's just awful. And he's actually, okay, buddy, good boy, Sammy. So now he's getting up. He's getting a little fed up with this. Oh, good boy. So what I might do, let's see if we can get one more here. Good, Sandy, that was so good, buddy. And that time he actually let me trim that for a while and held it for a while, and he didn't do much of anything. Good boy, buddy. What a good boy. You ready for another one? didn't do it yet. And this might look like him handing me his paw, but he's actually just saying, please stop what you're doing. So what we're going to do is do one more. Sammy. Part of it is for him that he wants the food, and he will do what he needs to do to get the food. And for him today, that is sitting right here. And you see how he's panting more. And now he's got his foot curled in. So what I might do is I might stop there. So you kind of always say end on a high note, which means don't end on like the worst possible thing. So if you hit the quick, you don't want to just stop there. You want to do one more and then stop and make it really positive. So you are a good boy. So what I'm going to do is hold the paw, give him a treat. Good boy. That's a cake. Good boy. Good. Hold the other paw, give the treat, and then I'm going to stop right there. And we'll pick it up again tomorrow. So if your dog has something they really don't like, sometimes if it's something like this that they have to have done, you just want to go slow, be patient, don't expect to do all the nails at once. If your dog doesn't like their harness, maybe try a different harness. One thing I have people do is put the harness on the ground, scatter a bunch of food in front of the dog, let them step into it, clip it on while they're eating the food and distracted. So Sammy's still wandering around. I think he just ate a toenail. Good job, buddy. And now he's a little more stressed, but not to the point where he's running away and not coming back. He's still coming back for the food, so that means he's under what we call his threshold. He's okay, but he looks like he's done now, and that's fine with me. We'll pick it up again later. Okay, guys, hope that was a little helpful. Learn to read your dog's cues, their calming signals and body language, and let them tell you when they're finished, and then finish. But just keep making things as positive as you can for them. All right, guys, hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.